Alquincia Selawayne, better known to you as AKAnundrum, and you are in for a treat for this next episode of the Drum Circle Show, where we celebrate our lesser known and unsung entrepreneurial heroes. So if you've ever felt like, I'm small, I'm not going to get in publications, I'm small, I can never be mentioned in award shows and big spaces, honey, I have an episode for you. You are definitely going to want to tune into this episode because our next guest, she's overcome those hurdles. You're going to want to hear this. Now, you know how I do. With no further ado, I'm going to allow our guest to introduce herself, tell you a little bit about her business, and then we jump right into it, okay? So let me pass it on to you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Candy McBride, and I'm the Executive Director of #GymKitty. We support women on their health and wellness journey by providing high-quality vitamins and supplements.
That is awesome, right? That is awesome. And I'm so happy that we're having this space, we're having this conversation, and especially when it comes to things that have not been traditionally, I'm going to say, discussed and talked about in the Black community and even, people of color. And that is areas of wellness, right? When it comes to mental wellness, physical wellness, we are largely a very resilient people. Yes. When it comes to mental resilience, physical, we've been largely viewed and depicted, and for the most part, strong, strong people, mentally strong, emotionally strong. And I think that for a lot of times we've kind of taken that for granted, right? And it's just come with this sort of, automatic, hey, we don't need that help. We don't need that support. We don't need to focus on those things. But then over time, we've also started to see that we do. We've gotten so used to things just being a part of our community that we just taken them in as normal, like diabetes and, hypertension and things like that. So I'm happy to see that we're starting to address those things. We're starting to realize that this is not just for everybody else. These are things that we have to actually take serious, right? So I'm so happy that, people like yourself are addressing those issues and providing solutions and education for that. So, GymKitty. Right? Before we get into anything else, we have to get into this GymKitty because it's like #GymKitty, GymKitty. How did you come up with that hashtag? What does that mean? Where'd that come from?
Okay, so after I had my second daughter, I was overweight. I'm like, I gotta lose some weight. I gotta keep up with my 2 kids. So I'm in the gym, I'm working out, I'm eating right, I'm starting to learn more about vitamins and supplements. And a colleague of mine said, "Oh wow, you've turned into a little gym rat." And I said, "Oh my God, this is not real. I am not a rat. She's not a rat." And I said, "Oh, I'm not a gym rat. I'm a GymKitty." And the epiphany hit me. I said, "You need to trademark that." So I went ahead and I said, okay, GymKitty. And that's right when social media was starting to kind of grow. And I threw the hashtag in front of it and got it trademarked for anything that I needed to do for health and wellness and fitness.
Oh, that's so cute. And it's such a standout, right? It's so cute, right? It stands out because, gym rat. It's like, wait a minute. Okay. You say, I'm not a gym rat. That's not what I'm doing. Okay. Yes. And so now, can you expand a little bit into the services and products that you offer and what makes them different from, everybody else that is in this space?
Okay, so right now our primary focus is the vitamins and supplements. So we have protein powders, vegan and whey. We have multivitamins, biotin, collagen, ashwagandha, apple cider vinegar. So we have about 11 to 15 products to support the weight loss journey. What makes us different is the quality. So as I stated, I was starting to learn about vitamins and supplements. And I read the back of the labels. Filled with artificial colors, artificial flavors, things I could not even pronounce. And then I think I finally hit the roof when I saw the P65 warning, which is it can cause cancer. It can cause birth defects. So there are a lot of supplements out there that have those warnings on it, and we're just taking them and trusting the brand that they're going to do what's in our best interest. But when you read that label, that's not what's really going on. So that put me in a position, well, this needs to be solved. We need to get high quality, organically sourced products to support us, because you don't want to have some type of side effect or something that happens to you later in life when you were trying to be healthy. So I wanted to fill that space with some quality products for women to help them get to where they need to go to fill their cup on that health and wellness journey.
And that part right there, that is the irony. And I'm even going to say the hypocrisy of that. And I think that we've all kind of seen that, and we've all kind of like started to perk up a little bit, where it seems like now you can take a medicine, or you can take, something for an issue, but then the side effect of the medication creates an issue worse than what you were initially trying to get help with.
Exactly.
Right? You see medications where you're like, okay, I'm having a little indigestion, and then the side effect is cancer. And it's like, okay, wait a minute. So I'm gonna cure my indigestion, but I'm gonna end up with cancer?
Right.
Make it make sense. So you're saying like people are taking vitamins, right? Or weight loss issues. So you're trying to lose some weight to avoid, the stress and the fatigue and everything that you're feeling right now, not to
Correct.
mention health issues that can come on later from weight loss. And then you're telling me the trade-off for that is cancer? Like, how is that? And it's so crazy to us. We're looking at like the side effects of these medications that are worse than the initial symptoms. So, wow, I'm glad that you're even addressing that and educating the consumers, like the trade-off is not worth it. It's actually going to lead to something worse. And we do understand that the pharmacological, big pharma is on the subscription model method, right?
Yeah.
So that right there gives me an opportunity for a very small but informative gem dropping moment. So, as you guys just heard Candy say, there are a lot of things that we're taking, and they're going to lead to further issues down the line. And a lot of us would say, I don't understand. What is the sense of that? Well, a lot of businesses have learned that it's much more profitable to have a customer become a lifelong subscription member versus a one-off customer, right? We see this example all the time in things like big pharma, but we're also seeing it in industries like the automobile industry. We're seeing it in some of our software programs, our phones, things that we used to be able to purchase and do a one-time transaction, and then you just kind of walk away and you have the item that you needed, the service that you needed. But now, if you're noticing, a lot of companies are switching from that, and they're having you on subscription-based models. Now, they're doing that in a couple of ways. Some people are using the method that's called planned obsolescence, where they're now having their initial product deteriorate much faster than it needs to. So you have to come back and buy it again. Or you have to now get onto a subscription-based model where you have to keep getting that so you can get that product serviced continuously for updates and things like that. Or what they're doing is they're onboarding you to something else. So whereas you came in to maybe just get treated for something like indigestion, and then the next thing you know, you have a side effect. And then they're offering you another pill to address that side effect. Why? Because the money is not in the cure. The money is keeping you sick or addicted to whatever it is that they have. Okay. So just for you to know that this is sort of where we're at as consumers, but also as business owners, the subscription-based business model is here to stay, and you're going to see it everywhere. Okay. Now back to the interview. So yes, thank you so much, Candy, for bringing that up, because it is a hot topic, right? And it is easy. You can see why a lot of companies do it, but you decided to go an alternative route.
I did.
right?
I
You
did.
decided to give the customer exactly what they need without the unwanted, undesired, and largely side effects that they should not have. That is very highly, highly commendable, right? And that does set you apart in this industry. So I think that's tremendous. So when did you start this business?
I started the business, I would say in 2016, but I stopped and started because I
Okay.
had to sit back anyway. I need something that's sustainable. I want to help people attain some of the goals that I have. And I needed something that I knew worked. And that's how I, again, educated myself on vitamins and supplements. And I said, that's what Gym Kitty's going to be. It's going to be vitamins and supplements. And I launched everything last year. And we started with just 5 products. And now we're up to about 11 to 14 products of vitamins and
Wow.
supplements. So the vitamins and supplements a whole year, and we've done a lot in a year. Prior to that, little, t-shirts, stuff like that, tinkering and tankering. But we have got our target market down, vitamins and supplements, women, health conscious, and we are going for it full speed ahead.
Right. Okay. Let's talk about that full speed ahead. Right. As I mentioned in the intro, one of the things that is very different too is that when I looked over your social media, you seem like a very small page. But when we go to that website, when we look into where you've been, first off, 2023 BET, right? Let's
Yes,
get into
yes.
how some of the places that you've been. Let's first off just drop it, okay? And I know a lot of times we're being humble and everything, but I need you to really drop these publications, these places that you've been honored, awarded, and everything. So can you tell us one, where you've been? And then we want to talk about some of the vendors and the people that you've managed to partner with in this
Yeah.
amount of time. Please spare us none, honey. Lay it all out.
Okay, so we've been in Bold Journey magazine. I have a digital cover on Formidable Women magazine, Authority Media magazine, Canvas Rebel, Voyage ATL, Shout Out ATL, Swag Her magazine. We are certified Black-owned business. We are accredited business with the BBB. We also will be at the 2024 Golden Globe Awards gift bags. And this summer, we were the multivitamin in the BET Awards gift bag. So we were right there on the pink carpet. And, Jesse Collins Entertainment contacted us to be a part of that. And we are just so thankful for that opportunity. As far as vendors, we just announced, because we just got it solidified, that we are an official vendor for VitaCost, which is a subsidiary of Kroger's. So we're actually shipping out some products this week to their warehouses so that they can start. We have a marketing plan that we partner with them in regards to promotions coming up for Black Friday. And this is a great time for health and wellness because everybody starts to move into that new year, new you vibe. So we are so excited for the teaming of the marketing with VitaCost. We're excited about the Golden Globe Awards. In addition to, we're going to be dropping our Hulu commercial coming up soon. So being small does not mean nothing unless you are small-minded. You have to just get out there and grind and call and email, because a no is not a no to me. It's just an opportunity to find out how I can get you to say yes the next time.
Listen, I cannot, that is tremendous. And we have to discuss this because, one, I want to get into how. How did you even start this process? How does one go about even reaching these kinds of people and getting to these places? And then I also want to talk about the mindset that is required to even have the audacity when you're not this large global brand to even say golden. I can't even get it out, girl. Golden Globe. Okay, so go ahead.
So it really started from something small. A lot of cities have local magazines, and if you're a small entrepreneur, they like to highlight those. You have to go to their website and just look and read and find out the name of the journalist and send them an email. And a lot of people are very helpful. They'll point you in the right direction. It's just for you to follow up. So my very first media coverage was with Voyage ATL, and I literally just went to the website and asked. And they said yes. And then they connected me with their next media partner. And they connected me with their next media partner. And then now journalists are reaching out to me. Hey, we would like to do a story about you and Jim Kitty. And that's how I got the BET gift bag. They saw the digital cover for Formidable Women, and they reached out and said, hey, we would like for you to be in the BET bag. And then that's how Golden Globes reached out to me. And Black Girl Digital Awards reached out to us last week. So we're going to arrange what type of sponsorship we're going to be doing with them for their digital awards in Atlanta coming up. So it's really, I can't stress this enough, entrepreneurs. All you have to do is ask. All they can do is say no. And then you just move on to someone else. Eventually you will get your yes.
Wow. So now I know a lot of listeners are, because you just said sponsorship. So I know a lot of listeners who are not really familiar with PR and you know how this works. They may not know that there's different levels and there's different tiers and there's different opportunities, right? Some things are completely free. Some press is completely free. Someone just, you know, reaches out to you and they just write about you or whatever. Some opportunities are sponsorship opportunities, right? So I remember I did a subscription-based box, sort of a service. And when I was teaching people about kind of like, well, what does that look like? How do I do that? And I had to tell people there's different methods of boxes, because I'm always encouraging people, hey, one of the ways to actually get in front of new customers is if you can find a business that has a subscription box service or a gift bag, is to get your product into that bag, right? Now, there's different ways that this works. Some opportunities will be completely and utterly free. Some people will literally just say, I love your product, I love your service, right? You can go ahead on and send those items, those samples, and we'll place you in our box. Right. Some opportunities will actually pay you to get into their boxes. There are some people who actually will buy from you wholesale. They have a subscription box. They'll buy your items at the wholesale rate, and then they'll send them to their customers. Some you actually pay to get in. And I know a lot of people are like, wait, what? Yes. Some, like the Grammys, you have to pay to get into those bags. And don't quote me on this, don't hold me to this, but the last time I knew and heard, it was about $25,000 that it can cost you. But when you think about it, that means that your item, your product, is being placed in the hands of all the winners for the Grammys. Yes. You guys can only imagine who you're now putting your product in front of. So as you can see from there, it's quite worth it. That's a marketing opportunity to put your product in the hands of Grammy Award winners, right? I'm not sure if the nominees get the bag, but I know the award winners get the bag. So there's different placements, right? Sometimes the placement is free, sometimes they pay you, sometimes you pay. So there's different ones. Sponsorship, sometimes you pay for that advertising, placement, and sponsorship. So I'm not asking you to divulge, everything, but has your placement sometimes been a mixture of opportunities where they found you and it's, free, and some of them have been paid as well? Is there some opportunities where you're saying, yes, sometimes you do have to pay, a fee for certain placement?
It's been a little bit of both. So yes, I have had to pay a fee to be in the gift bags. And like you said, I'm thinking, wait, hold on, that's 125 host nominees is going to have a bottle of my product. Yes, it's worth it. But I don't want anyone to get discouraged on that amount, because there are different tiers. There are different ways to be included. So I myself, 25,000 wasn't there yet, but there were other packages that I could choose from. And then you can always negotiate. You can always negotiate. They may say, hey, it's 2,500. You say, listen, I'm a small business, XYZ 1, 2, 3. Can we do 1,750? And you would be surprised how many yeses you will get, but you can't get it again if you don't ask. So I've had to pay, but honestly, I never paid the full price.
And you know what? I love that you said that, because one of the things that imposter syndrome will do is it will cause small business owners to be afraid to negotiate, because for the most part, we don't want to be viewed as non-serious. We don't want people to have the wrong impression. So a lot of times when we go into these circumstances and situations, we're afraid to ask for a discount because we're afraid to look like a hobbyist and, a business that's not legitimate. So that fear of, how someone's going to perceive you will stop you from taking your rightful position and advantage at the negotiation table. Please understand that larger businesses negotiate all the time, right? For a better rate. So if you are in that situation, don't feel embarrassed by asking for a negotiation, for asking for a discounted rate, or to be reconsidered. Don't. All they can tell you is no. Don't let your ego cause you to write a check that your bank account cannot cash. Okay.
Yeah.
So I love that you are also empowering people in that way, because a lot of people, they just really don't even go into it. That's happened to me. And to be honest, it happened to me once, and I had a conversation with someone who actually empowered me. And that conversation saved me $21,000, because I was working with a company who works with Nike and Delta and all of these larger companies. And I personally was like, oh my God, they work with these bigger companies. I don't want to be, I don't want to ask for a discount and whatever. And I had a conversation with someone, went back to that table, and they said, okay, sure. That saved me $21,000. So please listen to that part. Okay. Now, please let them know where they can find you.
We can be found at www.gemkitty.net. We're on Amazon. We're also in Walmart Marketplace. Yeah, yeah, we're on Walmart approached us and asked us to go on their marketplace last year, December. Those are our top 3 right now. So direct from the website, Amazon, Walmart. If you are a small retailer or a small salon, you can also buy our products in bulk for your clients on Fair Marketplace, FAIRE. So we have some small salons and stuff who purchase like our biotin and our multivitamins for their clients. So we're there in wholesale. And if you're a retailer watching, we are on Range Me, and you can contact us through there for retail opportunities. So yeah.
Wow. And so now you just said Walmart, right?
Mm-hmm.
.com. This is, I mean, this is huge where you're placing yourself. So for anyone listening, do you have a paid PR person who is placing you in these positions?
No.
Come on, girl.
No.
Let me go over this again, you guys. She does not have a paid PR person. So when you are looking at this and you're saying like, oh my God, I could never get there, I have to get to this level, she is doing this on her own. She's doing this on her own. I'm going to right now charge you with something. This is what I want you to do. This is what I see for you in a minute. I know what you're doing, but I need you to put together a webinar, a course on taking your small business to the larger stage. That's what I'm gonna type. I just came up with that right now.
Okay.
I need you to put together a webinar that is teaching people the strategies that you've done, the DIY methods for taking their smaller business to the larger stages. That's what I need you to do.
And you know what?
We need this.
That's confirmation. What you just said is confirmation, because I literally was thinking about that the other day, because I said, I am not the only person who wants to go bigger, but who's there to show me? Who's there to tell me? Everything I've learned to get all the way up to the vendors that I'm with has been trial and error.
And I want to work with you on that. I actually, Like when I show people, for example, I said, okay, go type in the Black Virtual Mall, the most generic words on the planet, the Black Virtual Mall. But if you type that into Google right now, I challenge anybody listening, I dominate that whole first page of Google. You're going to see me as the question. What is the Black Virtual Mall? Google, when it's asking that prompt, that question, I'm the answer. You're going to see my website. You're going to see my articles. You're going to see me in Forbes. You're going to see me in Black Enterprise. You're going to see me on Yahoo Finance. You're going to see me all over. You're going to see me dominate the first and second page of Google. I did not pay a single solitary dime. I do not have a PR team. There are methods that I've learned over time that we can employ. There are strategies that when I do my consultation calls, I am teaching people how to get press, how to get themselves without a PR person and without a PR rep. So I'm gonna challenge you, because we're gonna put this together for the people.
Okay.
We're gonna put this together for the people, because I've seen people being exploited where someone's saying, give me 5,000, give me 10,000, and I'm going to put you in these things. And then they're placing you wrong, because they're also putting you into sponsored. So when people come back to question the legitimacy of your business and they see that that's a sponsored placement, it don't look good all the time. When somebody's like, I see that's Forbes India.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Don't mean to hurt nobody's feelings. But there's people who are paying, and let me tell you something. It was working for a minute, y'all, but people are wise to that now. They're wise to that. And now it is delegitimizing your business. Now it's making you look like scammers and stuff like that, where you didn't even have to go that route. And I'm not saying that the people who did it had malicious intent or nefarious intent. A lot of these people didn't know any better. They're just like, oh, PR, they don't know what these people are going to do and where they're going to place them. You see what I'm saying? But now they're being called out like, and so it's leaving a bad taste. So I'm gonna charge you with that. Y'all, this is organic. I'm holding candy. I'm gonna hold candy. The candy, we're gonna put something together for these people. We're gonna put something together. I need you to do that course, but I'm going, because I already have it. And I want us to do something that just gives these people an opportunity to take their small businesses to places, whether it's a platform, a press, or a stage that they never thought that they could even get on at the level that they are. Okay? Because what you have done is nothing short of remarkable, right? Nothing short of remarkable. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you, because you are dispelling all of the myths that we kind of come to believe, that I have to be all of this before anyone will see me or hear me or pay attention to me. And you are proving to these people you do not. You did spend some time on that R&D. Y'all heard her say, I've been starting this since 2016. I've looked at it, come back, revamp. She's done her R&D before she really pulled the trigger on it. So she did that. And that's a lot of people don't see that part. She didn't just jump out last year and started. She did her due diligence and her work. And that's why it's showing up in the results today. Okay. So I'm so proud of you, Candy. Thank you. I am so proud of you.
That means a lot coming from you. It does.
Thank you.
You're a straight shooter.
Thank
you. To hear from you, like, I really, really, really honor that. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, girl, because this is remarkable. So I cannot wait for this episode to air. I cannot wait. I'm going to work with you. We're going to put something together, right?
Okay.
And we're not talking about something. I'm talking about something where we could just give something to the people, whether it's a webinar, just something. We can invite them in and give them some really easy, doable strategies, at their level that they can actually implement and, start to look at, even look at directions that we can start to point people in on how to do this and how to avoid being scammed today. Okay. So I thank you so very much, Candy. I thank you guys for pulling up on our journey. Amazing, right? Amazing. Make sure you follow her at gymkitty.com.
.net.
.net. I'm so sorry. Gymkitty.net, right? For everybody listening audible, gymkitty.net. Make sure you follow her there. All her social medias, everything is down below, as you guys know. And thank you for tuning in to the Drum Circle Show. And I will see you on the next episode. Okay, bye-bye.